then it becomes military. Right? It becomes a tremendous discipline. Agree? This is also simple. All right. So, we have to go into this carefully. First, let's inquire, what is discipline? The soldiers are trained day after day, month after month. Have you seen them? The beating of the drum, the sergeant, and all that, order, discipline, obey. And the obedience to an abbot, to a pope, to a, and so on, is called order. There's order according to the policeman. In Europe, you drive on the right-hand side. In this country, you drive on the left-hand side. That's order. And the man who is used to driving on the left-hand side goes over there and says, that is disorder. Follow all this, please. So what is cause of disorder? What is, if I can understand that and be free of that cause, there is naturally order. I don't have to find out what is order. So I have to first inquire why this enormous importance given to discipline in the schools, in the whole way of life. What is discipline? The word discipline comes from the root disciple. A disciple is one who is learning from the master. Learning. Right? If we are learning in the sense we are talking about, not accumulating knowledge, but learning without accumulation, then discipline, the very learning is its own discipline. You understand? I wonder if you understand.
I still don't understand what learning is in your terms. I still don't understand what learning is, because if one watches one's thoughts, surely one's watching with one's thought.
Yes.
So I don't quite understand how you use learning.
I've tried to explain. Must I go into it again? First of all, are we aware or do we see the fact accumulating knowledge all our life is very limited? That's a fact, because knowledge is limited. Whether now or in eternal future is still limited. And therefore, if we act on that knowledge, our action will always be limited. And therefore, that's one of the causes of disorder. Right? If I act always with the previous knowledge which I have accumulated, and I know that knowledge is limited, and whatever I do is limited, and any limitation must produce disorder. That is, the Arab and the Jew, the Hindu and the Muslim, the Buddhist and the Catholic, you follow? They're all limited. They're all functioning within the field of knowledge which is limited, or tradition. Right? We're following all this. So their activity of limited activity is bound to create disorder. if the wife or the husband or the girl or the boy is thinking about himself, his ambitions, his progress, his fulfillment, and the other man or the woman is also thinking his right? They're in conflict, obviously. They may talk about love, they may talk about all kinds of things, but each man, each woman and man is pursuing his own particular direction, his own ambition, which is all very self-centered, limited, right? And so in the relationship, that limitation creates disorder, naturally. Are we meeting this? So we are beginning to discover the disorder comes where there is limitation, right? Where I'm thinking about myself and you are thinking about yourself. And we have a lovely relationship. We hold hands, we sleep together, we walk together, but we both are going in different directions, right? And therefore, those directions are designed by thought, by desire. Is it time to go into desire here now? No, that's too complicated. We'll return. So, we begin to learn, to see, to have an insight. And we are using the word insight, which is to observe something without time, without motive. To have an insight is not remembering, calculating, and so on. It is to have instant insight into disorder, which is ultimately any limited action. Are we getting together on this? Little bit. Fraction. And if it is fraction, keep it and move with it. Then you will see the thing begins to break up this self-centered process of living. May I ask a question? Are you, all of us here, are we putting equal energy as the speaker is putting?
That's the problem, I guess.
Or you just sitting, listening to the airplane and listening to your own thoughts going on, or you understand, passionate to find out. How can our listening be adequate to the depth of what you are saying? What is the quality of mind that will allow the fullness of what you are saying to act in us? I'm afraid that's a wrong question, but I'll read it. How can our listening be adequate to the depths of what you are saying? What is the quality of mind that will allow the fullness of what you are saying to act in us? The speaker is saying something which you yourself have not discovered. He is not talking about what he has discovered. That's totally irrelevant. But the words, what the telephone is saying, what